This is very important for the company. It's strategic capital that's coming in, long-term capital. And as you mentioned, it's a pipe. So what that means is that, what are normally investors in private markets have come into investing in a public stock.
Welcome back to Proactive Investors, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Kerry Stevenson. I've asked Kevin Chin to come back and join me today, mainly because they've had a $30 million investment, a private investment in public equity. So let's call it a PIPE. And I wanted you to explain that to us, Kevin, because I think that there's a lot of value coming into VivoPower. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, it's NASDAQ. And on the NASDAQ, it is VVPR. Why is this news so important? I want to understand value, because at the moment, I think you're a 50 mil market cap, $2.85 listed on the NASDAQ. Give us some numbers, Kevin.
Thank you, Kerry. Good to see you again. And so happy to unpack a bit. This is very important for the company. It's strategic capital that's coming in, long-term capital. And as you mentioned, it's a pipe. So what that means is that, what are normally investors in private markets have come into investing in a public stock, as in Vivo. We're really thrilled to have these folks on board because they're a combination of very smart institutional capital that has invested in successful AI data center groups before, and bring a lot of knowledge, connections, and insights to our strategy and to the team. And secondly, also includes sovereigns, in terms of sovereign family offices out of the GCC region, specifically the UAE and Saudi Arabia. So that's a key. And I guess the other point to make is that we're very disciplined in terms of how we think about raising capital. We're very conscious of dilution. What's super important to be clear on is this is a strategic pipe, not a structured pipe. And the difference is a structured pipe, can have all sorts of bells and whistles and can lead to, activities such as short sell hedging and the likes, which can bring a stock price down. So this is not that case.
Well, no, it's not that case because I've seen that, first of all, I think you're about a 50 mil market cap on the NASDAQ trading at $2.85. I want you to, and by the way, not investment advice, ladies and gentlemen, do your own research, but explain sort of the value comparison to your peers.
Yeah, sure. So, I can share what this cohort of PIPE investors said and talked about. They, again, as I mentioned, very sophisticated investors, previous experience investing in AI data centers. And what they see is that listed peers, if you will, trade at a metric called enterprise value to megawatts. And that reflects the increasing knowledge of how important the supply of power and the control of that supply of power is. And that's really our strategy with respect to AI data centers. We want to acquire, build, own, and lease the powered land to hyperscalers, neocloud providers, and operators. So if you look at the market and if you look at companies that have been doing very well in this space, Iron is one, Wolf, WLF is the ticker, is another, Applied Digital, another one, Core Scientific. What this cohort sees is that these peers trade at 5 times to 15 times enterprise value to megawatts. We have about 358 megawatts in our portfolio so far. So I think folks can kind of do the maths and see the same thing that these guys saw, which is why they were happy to sign up to a premium in terms of conversion price with respect to the convertible pref share that is the instrument that was issued to them.
And so that enterprise value to megawatts, yours is about you're saying your peers are trading at about, what do you say, 5 to 15, and you're more like about 1. So there's a
We're
10,
way less than we're way less than one at the moment.
way less than 1. Okay. How important, how fast and how strongly can you scale?
Yeah, scaling is a double-edged sword, and we want to scale very fast, but carefully and deliberately. And we're doing that. So if we look at, just the last 6 weeks, we've gone from pretty much a standing start in terms of the strategy to having 350 megawatts plus, under control. We are already turning soil, so to speak, in terms of building. For example, in the UAE, our Norway site is already operational. So it's been fast, and our focus now is to continue to scale quickly, but also to avoid making unnecessary mistakes along the way.
And protecting that shareholder value along the way as well. Kevin, it's been great to have a chat to
Absolutely.
you. Keep us posted, and I'll look forward to our next update. Thanks so much for joining me on Proactive today.
Thanks so much, Kerry. Speak soon. Take care. Bye-bye.